Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. I think it is working now. I don't know what was going on there. I popped on. It said that the internet connection popped out. The thing kept going on mute. I have no idea what was happening. That's the first time I've experienced that, but we are back now, and I do have it working, so we're good to go. So let's just get cruising, and apologize for that little technical error right there. I have no idea what was happening, but let people hop back on. There was a bunch of people on there, and then it just had to go down. But here we go. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody? And good evening, Janica. Now we're cruising along. So here we go. It's back up and working. So sorry about that, guys. And I know everybody was hitting me up. And let me just shoot out a real quick message and say it's working right here. Give me 2 seconds and we'll get rocking. So it's working. And here we go. All right, post that. There we go. All right, hope you all had a good day. Creeping, Robin, that is better, huh? So there we go. I've never experienced that before. I had to restart the entire computer, just making sure that the right mic is on, and that is on. All right, now we're good to go. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure what was happening there. But I did have this team mess up because I was talking about it and nobody could hear me. That's what was great about it. And so thank you, everybody, for letting me know, too. It wasn't working because I had no idea. I just kept looking over and it kept saying that the mic was muted and the connection was lost. So there we go. Robin had a better trading day today. And so there you go. That last 2 weeks, your trading curve. And we're back here. Their laptop travel. And how are you? Either Ben or Rhett's on there. How you guys doing? I believe it's going to be Ben right there. But how are you guys? And sure, let's have them right here. I believe it's going to be Ben. So let's shoot them out here and we'll look at them first so you can go get some rest and have your morning note up. And we'll cruise through our night show. And I'm glad that the sound is working now. So, yeah, you post them up and I'll go through whatever you want to see right there. And then we'll get cruising through the show. It is Ben and BYRN. I was going to look at XYZ real quick. That's what I was about to type in. Just a little bit of pullback. I know we were talking about it at the end of the show right there. And it just had that weird look. I didn't know what it wanted to do there. But so let's look at BYRN right there. Burn it is. And I know you guys were on this one and it was jumping up there. It had bottomed out right there at that 2022. And it does look really good to start cruising. It looks like that 200. It's going to get over that tomorrow. Your 20's coming down, but it's probably going to meet it up there. And I think you still have a few more dollars. We're going to take a better look at it real quick. And it is BYRN right there. And yeah, look at that thing. Keeping that momentum. It's closed up at basically the very top, 24.48. It got to 24.56 right there. And I do think you see that one get up a little bit higher tomorrow, Ben. So that does look good right there for BYRN. And AMD right here, guys. It was setting up and then it had that pullback. And honestly, guys, I think the market's going to be cranking back up right here. And I mean, Trump has this thing like that. It's pretty amazing, I must say. I've never seen anything like it, but I expect it to kind of bounce up. We'll look at the SPY and the big caps, but these AMDs and the semiconductors and them guys, they look really good for tomorrow, I must say. I was just looking at them right before I came on, and that's why I don't know what was going on because I was sitting here cruising through the market on this computer, and then all of a sudden stopped working. But AMD looks real good. Looks like it's going to continue that curl up there. It had looked bullish the other day, and I know it was running up. This chart actually changed around too, and it's in a bullish channel now. I mean, you're going to see little pullbacks, and your pullbacks are going to be into the 140s right about there because actually it's going to keep going up. And yeah, I think we do see AMD continue that momentum in the morning there, Ben. So that one's looking good. And UAVS, as a matter of fact, I have it on the list for tonight because that looks great for tomorrow morning. And there you go. It's already in the top running up there. It already got right through the 200 right there. I was looking at it earlier. And that one did look really good. Like I said, have it on the list here. And it does look like it wants to jump up some more there. And I always say, I guess market conditions prevail, but it looks like everything's looking pretty good, even with Tesla pulling back and everything else. The market still looks pretty good, and Tesla obviously had that dip in the after hours. And I mean, $15 dip for Tesla isn't that bad. I don't really pay much attention to the earnings. I forget what they even said, if they even beat them. It looks green there. I know that the last few times they definitely missed their earnings, and I do remember them, and somehow it was going up. So earnings always throw me off here. I'm not sure, but like I said, Google not looking bad. And I know Google went up in the earnings in the after hours. It had that look like it didn't know what it wanted to do, but it was in the top right there. You're welcome, Ben, anytime you know that. And you hit me up, and I'm telling you, you created the best Discord. I'm telling you, it's amazing, Ben. You do a great job. Godfather Rhett does a great job just running the whole thing. It's really well organized and well put together. Great community. So thanks for letting me be a part of it, Ben. I love it, and trying to make it even better. The night note, I'm gonna step that up another game, work on that a little bit more this weekend. But I think the last 3 days it's been pretty much fire right there. So I'll continue to do that. I think I know a lot of my listeners have enjoyed it. I've actually enjoyed it. I was talking to Rhett tonight, and I enjoy it. It's a really good trading plan. You don't have to really search around the market in the morning. You just kind of run in there. And like I say, I still look at Ben's morning note every day because it's amazing. And then you look at my night note, guys, and between the two of them, I mean, you got the whole entire market covered, including crypto, because I do that. And we'll even cover more crypto and some of the altcoins and things of that nature. We'll run into that. I think I'll be stepping the crypto up a little bit as well, because you guys know I enjoy crypto. I love it. I have the trading bot set up, so you guys know that's my biggest positions are crypto. And so yeah, I'm very familiar with a lot of the coins, that's for sure, even the alt ones and meme ones. You guys know, I mean, good night, Ben. Thank you for hanging out, and catch you in the morning for sure. And you guys know I had called the what was going on with the whole meme coin craze there a week before it all went to shit. I said exactly what was going to happen. So I will do a little more crypto as well as we're getting into this crazy crypto time. Just a little healthy pullback, but nothing crazy. And we'll go through that. But Ben, good night. And everybody check his show out in the morning too. Ben does a great show every morning as well. He comes on about 9 a.m. So you guys, I finish up, and then you guys can have breakfast and go join Ben. And he covers the rest of the market as well and does a great job with it. So I would say, I mean, he turned 18K into over $1 million in a few months. I'd say he's doing a pretty good job at it. And our Discord is insane. Godfather's really, really good, guys. I'm telling you, the guy has fundamentals down to a science. I've never seen anybody that knowledgeable in the market like him. He just really understands it, but also understands the fundamental side like no one I've ever seen. So yeah, it's a crazy thing. And you guys know what I do with the charts. So between the three of us, and Ben does a little bit of everything there. He does the charts, the fundamentals, and he has his own little 4-pillar thing that works out really well, guys. So he's been doing great, and we're gonna even step it up. Like I said, we're in like that little rut period in the market, and we're still doing perfectly fine, hitting a bunch, and like and Robin was even saying did a better job today, and it's going to get better. I'm telling you guys. So like I said, I brought the night note, and I'll get that even more accurate for you guys, so we really can zero in and get crazy. So here we go. Let's get crazy with the market, because how about that Wang and Lee? I mean, who was as early as us on this thing? We've been looking at it for a while here, and this thing ran up over 100% on its own, and that was a nice popper. And I'll tell you what, it still doesn't look too bad tomorrow. I did sell some of my position there today because I just wanted to lock in the profits, but I still have some, and like 50% of it, and it does look pretty good. So if it still runs up, I've already made a bunch of profits on it, and then it's going to continue up. So there you go. And that's the way to do it, guys. You don't have to save the entire position for the very top, and you guys can easily just kind of, you know, get rid of some, and then let me just do this and open up X over here, and you can easily get rid of some, lock in those profits, take the money that you put out for it in, and also take some profits out, and then you're playing with house money, and there's nothing better than doing that, guys. So if you're playing with house money, it always seems to work out better. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what the reason is. Even in the casinos, you seem to make better choices because it's not your money. So I like to do that trick, and seems to work out pretty well. And again, I like to lock in those profits because I've learned over the years it only takes one person, and you never know who it is and when it's going to be, and nobody does, to sell, and then the whole thing falls apart. So you just have to remember that that's the market conditions that are unknown at all times, and that's how you kind of have to factor in probability and risk as well and look at it that way. So again, I know it's a dollar and things that I mean, people do call everything out, and it, like I say, I like to get up there. It does look like it wants to move, and you know why they're calling it up there, because you have a trend line up here, and your 200s at like the 240, so it could move honestly, and I do have enough of it. If it hit a dollar, it would be a beauty. But yeah, I do like to lock in profits on the way up, and now I just let it ride and see what the heck it's going to do there on Wang and Lee there, deep soul diving. So yeah, I'm pretty good shape, I must say. And there's no better feeling than being in really good shape like that. So if you don't lock them in, you're worrying if it pulls back, did you not make the right move? If it pulls back now, I'm still fine. I still made profits, and I'll still be able to lock in profits, but I did it pretty much when it was running up today, and that's what you like to do. And I knew it. Trust me, I know it might spike up and it could triple from here, and it's perfectly fine. And but that's how you trade smart, guys. You stick to your plan, and that's what you do. So that is what I do, and that's my plan. So that's what I try to do. And again, I think that night note definitely helps out big time, because it's easy to just go in there, zone in, just like the morning note that Ben does. Pick a couple that you like and you already been focused on, check them out real quick instead of scanning the entire market in the morning, and you're already set up to ready to rock and roll there. So that is I found a little bit better there. So here we go. Let's cruise through. Thanks for everybody tuning back in. I'm not sure what the heck was going on there. I had to restart the whole computer. It kept saying the internet connection was down, and it kept muting the mic and whatever. But here we are. We're back on, and let's do the show. And Wang and Lee, like we were talking about, this thing's jumping up there, and I think it could run up a little more tomorrow. It doesn't look like it's pulling back by no means, and that 20's curling up. Like I said, I just play it. It got up into that channel right there, and that's just what I like to do. So there you go. And that's just my style. And again, I just give you my experience, and that is what I try to do. So that's what we do here. HCTI as well, we've been looking at, spiked up. Remember, I had these crazy looks over here, and then all of a sudden started to look like a normal stock again and jumped right up there. And it still doesn't look bad. You still have your 50 up there, not too far away, as you can see, and it looks pretty healthy, guys. It looks like it wants to jump right over that 50 into the 30-cent range and get popping off of there. So we'll be looking at this in the morning, and another one that definitely jumped up there today. So we'll be keeping an eye on our HCTI as well. And this Chanson is still getting set up here. It was up just a hair right there. You can see it hitting the 20. It's flat right there, which means it does not necessarily want to go back into the basement, which is a good look. And it doesn't look like it wants to reverse split or do anything crazy at the moment. They had a public offering last month, so it does look pretty safe there as it's hitting the 20. And again, GVH, I mean, it looked pretty good, and then all of a sudden they just announced that and they can dip down. But these guys been running up now and get popping. I don't know why GVH even did it. They obviously popped after the reverse split, but I'm not even sure. I guess their compliance date was coming up. I don't know, but they probably could have had a big spike up and then made a bunch of money and then did the reverse split. Would have been the smart thing to do, but whatever. You can't pick them all perfectly. And Chanson right here, like I said, looks like it's going to try to get over that 20 tomorrow. It is right there, and it did that little flat move, which was perfect over. It got out of the basement, so looking pretty good for CHSN, though we've been mentioning that one as well as well. And GIBO, this thing's getting set up as too. Those bottomed out there. It's having these little dips. I'm gonna look at it tomorrow. You can see a little tiny pullback right there, and it's trying to spike up. It has that look like it can get cruising at any moment there, and that 20 is right there. So watch this thing tomorrow as well, GIBO. And I know these penny ones have been looking really good. And if you're in the Discord, ABP, I did mention this one, and it's popping, guys, and it looks really good to get into the top. That 20 is meeting up with that 50 right there, and you know it shoots it up every time. And there you go at ABP. It was run up to what, almost 30 cents, yeah, and it's at 27 right there. So that's another good one right there as well. So keep an eye on that in the morning. That one is running up. Looks like it's going to keep that momentum right there. And OST, this guy right here was up a penny, and it's getting to be in the right spot. Look at that thing curling up, and this could be a monster play as well. You guys know I've been watching this thing. It is a China one. And OST, I think we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on this thing tomorrow, because look at it, trying to curl up right there. You even have a trend line with the 20 coming down. If this thing gets cruising up there, it has a lot of room. That's what it has. And took a huge dip. I mean, look at it. It was up here where at like 940, and now we're at 11 cents. That was pretty fast. So let's watch this OST. We've been watching this for like a week or two, and I think we were a little early as usual, and that's why we've been tracking it down. And I'll show you another one I had my eye on today that was a good one, jumping around to trade. I didn't want to get anybody caught up in it because I knew it would be pulling back, but Citius Oncology was running around a lot today. I'll see what it wants to do tomorrow, but the CTOR, yeah, 160 to 284, it was all over, and it was just bouncing around a lot. So I'll keep an eye on your 20s coming down. We'll see how it gets set up tomorrow, but it was jumping around right there. And let's see, your bank's very charging extended hours fee per share. Wow, dude, I've never even heard of that. What the heck do you have? I've never heard of that. Holy cow, Deep Soul Diving. What bank are you using? And what are you using? Try to use Webull, and then just put money into Webull, and you won't have that issue at all. So that is my best advice for trading in a platform today. And I can put up my Webull referral thing if you want to. I don't know if they give you anything. I have no idea, but it does pop up for me all the time if I want to use the referral link. So I can post that out if anybody wants. And the TrendSpider, I was looking at all the stuff, so I will put something together. I was putting something together. I'll post that out as well. So have a few things going on, and for you guys, and that might benefit. But yeah, I'm telling you, Webull is great, guys. I've been using it and I love it. It's I wish I had started using it like a year ago. I don't know what the hell I was waiting for. Yeah, I was late on that train. I'm not gonna lie, and because Webull is really, really good. It's so simple, and you can trade anything at like almost any time. It seems like. I mean, it's like 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Webull is not currently giving the referrer anything, but the new user gets free stock. So there you go. And so yeah, I'll shoot out my referral link if anybody wants to get it. I figured they were doing it. I don't care if I get anything, it doesn't matter to me. But yeah, get some free stocks, guys. So there you go. And use Webull. Robin's using Webull, just started on it last week, was using Fidelity, and still do for long. And that's what I do, Robin. Now I use my E-Trade account and my other one for my long-term accounts now. So I'll make more or less trade the options in there and long-term stuff, bigger cap ones, and that type of thing. But I'm telling you, Webull, if you want to trade, it's really good. And you started Scotia Bank and have to close it all the position. Oh wow, that's pretty wild. So you have IBKR and Webull, and so there you go. And so you're already on it. Deep Soul Diving, you're good to go. You're well familiar, but yeah, you got to use them. So you're good to go right there. So you're using 3. I use 3 too, pretty much 2 or 3 at all times. But and like I said, the Webull seems to outperform everybody. Robinhood's not too bad, and then obviously E-Trade used to be like the great one, but they just were they've lacked in R&D there. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Should I hit up E-Trade and get them right? Because I've done it with a few companies here, and I could easily turn E-Trade around and make it the best trading platform. It'd be a piece of cake. And to be completely honest with you, they probably should consult with me. I mean, I could probably blow Webull right out the water with E-Trade. Anyway, speaking of bull, big spike in the last 20 minutes of trading. It sure did there, Laptop Travel. It did run up at the very end of the day. So it has been pretty bullish there, and it did run up. So we'll get back right to our list right here. And we did say that's CTOR. Like I said, Citius Oncology. I'd written some of these down earlier, and I was trading this one. It was jumping around. I just didn't want to get anyone caught in it. It was moving around really fast, so I didn't want anybody to get stuck. And I knew it would be going down, so that's why. I don't know what I just typed in there. It's supposed to be SDST is Stardust Power, and this thing was cruising today and looks like it has some Stardust Power up a little bit in the after hours. SDST, and there you go with that one. That looks like it wants to run up some more. So there you go there. And PALI, this one was trying to set up as well and didn't look too bad. Wasn't it running up? Yeah, it was setting up it was running up in the top. I meant it was setting up in the top and getting ready to run up some more is what it looks like. PALI, so Palisade Bio right there, not looking bad. Watch this one in the morning, guys. And I think for next week, I think I'm going to start getting up and trading with you guys at the 4 a.m. now with the Webull. And then also I'm thinking about in the wintertime, we'll do the summertime hours now. But I think in the wintertime, I might put the show at like 8 p.m. Push it back. You guys let me know what you think about that. If we do it 8 p.m. East Coast time, and then get done a little bit earlier in the winter time, then in the summer we'll do it like at 9 p.m. because it stays light later and all that good stuff. But yeah, in the wintertime, we can just do it at 8 p.m. Get done a little earlier. Everyone can get done. I can do the night note. Everybody can look at that and check out the morning note, everything else in there, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, and then it'll be easier for people to do that 4 a.m. And that's why I want to do that, because it is wild, guys. I mean, it doesn't last long, and you can make some crazy money. So there you go. And yeah, even if you could do it, like 1 or 2 days a week, Robin, check it out, because I'm telling you, every single day there's like crazy poppers running. And Laptop Travel likes 8 p.m. You guys let me know too, so that works. So yeah, in the wintertime, maybe we'll change the hours to 8 p.m. So as soon as the market closes, we'll basically do the show, run through it. It won't last as long, and then people can get through the rest of their lives, go to bed a little earlier and all that good stuff. I'll do the nighttime note and then have a get to sleep so I can get up and do that 4 a.m. hour. And then we'll obviously do in Discord too and everything. We'll really start pushing what we're trading in there at the 4 a.m. So some other things in the works as well. But yeah, just thinking about things like that. So you guys let me know. And we'll be still doing a show in the wintertime and next year, because this show is fun. And we do now the market pretty well. This next one, guys, I'm telling you, I already got some of it. ORIS right here, this Oriental Rise, and it was jumping back up today, but it is looking pretty good right there. I didn't even know it ran the after hours, so there you go. I honestly didn't even look, so I did not even notice. But yeah, there it goes, 21 cents. That's a beauty. I know it was up a little higher at 28 today. And but yeah, this thing's getting set up as well, and you can see that was a big dip. And yeah, these things are getting cruising. These penny stocks, it's penny stock time right now, so I like it. And you guys know that the penny, I thought they were going to start shooting out reverse splits. We've seen that happen before when GVH did it. But then the next thing you know, the Wang and Lee got set up and a bunch of other ones. And it was like, all right, I guess it was just GVH, and we'll have to deal with one. That's not a big deal. We're still always kind of being careful with these things, but this one looks fine. These dips and then these rips right here is going to be a wiener. Is that what you said? Or says a wiener right there, where, you probably know. What's the company, Laptop Travel? Do you know anything about them? I have no idea. But today it was on the active stocks in BC. I don't even know what that is. I keep seeing it on all the things when I scroll down now. I'm not even sure what that means. But anyway, this thing is not looking bad right there. So volume is going to start coming back into the market once fall and school begins. Oh, absolutely. Everybody's on vacation right now, guys. This is like prime vacation time right now, and the market always kind of gets, I mean, not that it's really slow right now, don't get me wrong, but volume will definitely pick up some more as the school year starts, because again, the bigwigs, they like to take vacations and go hang out at their big ritzy houses and stuff and not really work during the summer. They enjoy their summers and they come back and work in the winters, and it does make sense. The market's always been that way, guys. So they're all in the Hamptons hanging out and the market's just chilling. So volume will definitely pick up, like you're saying. I agree. How about that IXHL in the after hours, guys? That's at like 131 right there and popping up even higher. And that was a huge monster right there. Look at that thing. I mean, we were definitely early to the party, but this thing, I was actually surprised to see it run up that much more in the after hours today. So, not sure exactly what's going on there, but it must be pretty good. That's for sure for IXHL. And that did pop up some more. And again, if you locked in your profits early, it's not a big deal, because guess what? You locked in profits and that's good to go, because you can allocate them profits somewhere else and just keep on rolling them. And QMCO, I'm telling you, these guys are getting set up right here. We've been saying it. We'll go through the rest of the quantum heart and computer hardware ones real quick, but they are getting set up, and you can see things starting to run in the after hours there. RGTI looking much better right there, and I think Laptop Travel is probably happy about that. And it does. It looks like it probably bottomed out there and you're about to get that curl out. So it did that little pullback. And I'm telling you guys, the market looks like it's about to get ripping again. And I'm honestly 100% surprised. I can't even believe it. But again, it's not a normal market right now. Trump can just do this and do whatever he wants. He has a whole Rolodex in his back pocket right now of all these trade deals they can just start popping out. He throws out the EU one and the China one. Forget about it. The market's going to go apeshit ballistic, guys. And I've said that before, and I stand by it, even with it all the way up here. So that little bit of pullback that we've seen for like a couple days could be it. Remember, we said we didn't know how much there was going to be, and it was going. I'm telling you, he's going to try to keep this thing ripping. We're going to watch for this pullback, that SPXS, and everything's so crazy low, and he just keeps snapping his fingers and ripping it up. So here we go. Let's just look at our computer hardware and quantum ones, because QUBT, quantum computing, trying to get back up there. It's not ready just yet. And RGTI $20 calls for 25th of July 25th are loaded by the whales. And I know Laptop Travel has a bunch of what's that, January 16th 2026 calls right there. So you can look at the call options tomorrow on that RGTI. And again, I'm telling you, the things are going to get ripping. This D wave was ripping up today and looked really well. And there you go. That one looks pretty nice right there. QBTS, we looked at QMCO, and the quantum Defiance ETF was up today. I didn't realize it was down the after hours, but it didn't look too bad to me all the way up there. So again, I'm telling you, these things want to get cruising again. It's quite impressive. I'm not going to lie. So, but that is what we're looking at the moment. And, we dissect the market every single day, and it changes every day. It changes in 10 minutes. I'm not going to lie. I'll show you one that did on me today, and I'll even point it out to you. It's fine, but I'll show you. And this IONQ is now getting set back up there. They do have earnings coming up August 6th. And, August 5th, guys, guess how many where'd I write it down? I know I wrote it down somewhere. I remember the number. I'm almost positive I remember the number anyway. So it doesn't matter. What? I wrote it down somewhere. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Guess how many earnings are on August 5th that day? I keep saying everyone's earnings. It's 1,015. You can check if I'm definitely. It's right around there. I wrote it down somewhere. I thought I wrote it right there at the top of the page. I don't even see it. But anyway, I don't know where I wrote it, but I definitely wrote it somewhere today, and I thought it was on this page. But that's a lot of earnings that day. Remember, I was saying that that bad boy was getting crazy. There you go. So it is wild. And here we go. Iowa and Q right there and Z Space. Let's look at this thing because I'm telling you, these things are getting set up. And there you go. I saw that today and I was like, God damn it. We knew this was getting set up right there. And why didn't we take advantage of it? Because we kept saying this thing's going to get moving. And there you go, guys. So we got to just go with these things when we know they're setting up like this. We have to get into them. And we're going to start pulling the triggers on these guys as well, especially in the Discord. And again, I've been changing the list around and going through and really kind of sorting through things and trying to nail them down. As you can see, not go through all the same ones all the time. So that is what I'm trying to do. And the night note's going to help. And all this, we'll put it all together and we will destroy the market. So I promise you that. And it always takes me a week or two to do things. So when I say I'm going to do it tomorrow, think about it in 2 weeks, because with my brain injury, I was used to doing things tomorrow, but not anymore. And anyway, this one threw me off today. As a matter of fact, this holo, it started curling up perfectly today. And I'm not even kidding. Like less than 10 minutes later, I looked at it and it was dipping down, curled back down. I went, holy shit, that was fast. So yeah, this one was literally curled up like this, and this was rolling up and looked beautiful. It still doesn't look bad, but it was that fast that RSI can. It was literally crawled up right there, and this was crawled up. Your MACD, they looked beautiful, and then the next thing you know, I looked at it and it was pulling back a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Kind of rebounded in the after hours. I knew it wasn't bad, but it was that fast that it went from looking beautiful to kind of pulling back and a little flat to resetting up. So it does happen, guys, and that's why we do look at the market nonstop every day and really break it down and know what's going on. So here we go. Let's see what else is going on right here. That's Holo and United Health right there. UNH was up, and we did know this was going to run in that other one, that UNH. What the heck is it? Is it a G, right? Yeah, there you go. UNHG. This thing's running up there, and look at that. Closed at 1643 at its high right there. It did pull back, I guess. Let's see where it's at. UNHG right there. It did pull back. I know it was up there, and so that's where it closed, and then it pulled back a little bit. But yeah, UNH looking good, and we were all talking about that one as well. They do have earnings coming up on July 29th, right at the end of the month. So here we go, and it is curling up nice. So looking good for you. And what was up? Moderna was up today. I saw that, mRNA, and you can see that was running up. Pfizer didn't look too bad either. And we know that's Oscar. Oscar's going to get cruising, and bam, there you go. So Oscar's going to be a big runner right there, and you should keep an eye on OSCR. So that one's going to be good. And there you go with some healthcare ones right there. And UNH looking good. We just kind of jumped out of order, so it's all good. And let's look at this GRYP real quick, and that's that Gryphon Digital. And remember, I said just let it pull back, and then I'll let you guys know when it's ready. So there's your pullback. It's getting ready now, so I'll keep an eye on it. What's happening there, Larry and everybody else? So we'll definitely go through the messages in a minute. Let me just cruise right through some of these guys. And yeah, GRYP, like I said, getting set up right there. It's almost in the right spot. And this PEW, people were awesome on StockTwits today. I had just said, we mentioned that it was pulling back. I don't know what the hell people are looking at. It hasn't looked good at all. It never even looked good when it even opened up, guys. I'm telling you, it opened up at 2140 and then just started tanking. And it never, ever even looked good on any of the charts there for PEW. And we know why. I mean, there was a bunch of inside buys, and then they dumped it. It's a Trump one, so we know exactly what happened. It's no surprise, and the chart says it's coming down. I mean, it still has mad time to set up, guys. You still have like at least like a week left. I mean, it's probably going to run in the basement a little bit, and it might even come under the 762 to drop under there today. No, 783. Yeah, you might come back under that. So that's what I'm looking at, and I was just mentioning, that it was pulling back there, and people were having like a heart attack. And I was like, hey, I'm just telling you what the chart says. And we know the charts dictate everything. It's not even a question. Fundamentals aren't even close to what the charts can do. And so, yeah, it's just a matter of fact. It's just what it's going to do. It's pulling back here, and I'll let you guys know when it's ready. You guys know that. So yeah, I don't know what people were going crazy about, but somebody was blocked me and everything else. I was like, wow, all I did was say it was pulling back there. We had mentioned it on the show, and I'm not sure what people are looking at. Like, I think people get their and that's what happens, guys. People assume because Eric Trump's involved in this thing, or whatever Trump is involved in this thing, maybe both of them, who the hell knows. But anyway, just because Trump's involved with it, the thing's going to shoot through the roof. And you got to look at the charts on these things, because they clearly played that game and had it already, and obviously gapped up on the opening IPO when they were doing the old mergers and all that, because this used to be CLBR. Remember, CLBR and somebody else, they definitely merged. And does this thing even work anymore? I think it stopped July 15th. So yeah, that's when it happened. And this thing did stop right there, and then it became PEW. And look, it was in the 17s when it was back there, and then PEW, they ran it up, and then they dipped it down real hard, and it wasn't a surprise to me. So people are very attached to the fundamentals, deep soul diving. And I'm telling you, the only person I've ever seen like really good at it, excellent, is The Godfather. He's money with these fundamentals. I've never seen anybody that can do it like that. And because, yeah, you guys know I can look at the chart and tell you what it's going to do 9 out of 10 times, probably even a little higher than that. But again, anything can happen. But you can just see. I mean, it was a no brainer right there. How about HIMS right there? We did mention that was going up, and there you go. That one went up. And how about Snap right here? Because that was another one. It was cruising around today, and then it had a little bounce back. I know it was up a little bit there. So there you go with them guys. And here we go with PSQH. That one was just kind of sitting there today. Look at it. And it was flat. It was sitting there when I saw it a few times today. How does that look like it's ready to do something there, Laptop Travel? So I know you do like this one, and it does. I mean, it pulled back. It's got that look like where they pull themselves up and roll up is what it looks like right there. So I'll look at that in the morning for you. It's right there for that. And Clover Health, look at this thing, Michael Anthony running up there. It did look good. And FedEx, UPS, and Target all look good today, Robin. We pointed that out last night. And holy cow, we'll look at them real quick. And yeah, look at Clover Health right there. That one's popping up. And look at FedEx. That one went nutty today, and it jumped up, and it's still setting up. You might have a tiny little pullback there, just like UPS. UPS looks good. It should still continue to run through. Maybe FedEx will too. And Target right there was up a little bit. But yeah, all good ones right there, Robin. And I do like that. So that was looking good for us. And let's see what else is going on. We looked at Oscar. That one's looking good. And Soundhound right here, SOUN, guys, is getting really set up. So might want to keep an eye on good old Soundhound right there. And remember, I was telling you, Gush is getting set up, and look at it, staying on that 50, and it is trying to. It looks like it's trying to get pushed down right here, but if it gets onto that 20, it's going to get up there and start moving. And I really do think these oil and gas ones are still looking good. As a matter of fact, this RBNE started to run up a little bit, and look at that look right there, guys. I would say RBNE is starting to look really good again. And we know this one took off and went nuts last time. Remember, it ran up like a monster right there to like $20 or something. And that one is looking good. And this TMDE has pulled back, but started to run up today and is looking way better. So we're going to be keeping an eye on them as well, and they are looking pretty good. Look at that TMDE just spiking up there. Now it looks like it wants to get set up. So and there you go with that. And Omid Malik has his hands in almost every single Trump business today. He certainly does. And Laptop Travel is absolutely right about that. You can do a little investigation on him. He sets them all up and stuff like that, guys. So I have read about that as well. And Laptop Travel does know he does a lot of research. I know that his newsletters are great. I'm telling you. probably learn more from them than anywhere because I don't read much news or anything, but I do try to read the Laptop Travel newsletter, and it is really good. And look at our OCGN, and what did we say? I mean, I should be the OCGN king right here, just like Luis Rodriguez is the Toyota Motor freaking master. I mean, holy cow. And this thing's going up even more, guys. Look at that. It popped up over $20 today. So that was a beauty, Luis Rodriguez. I love it. And nice call on that one. That was for sure. And you are the Toyota Motor master right there, I must say. I'll take the OCGN, the penny stock one or whatever, and you can take Toyota Motor because you just mastered that one. It's like a clinic when you look at that stock chart. It's crazy. And anyway, OCGN rolling up there and looking good and looks pretty bullish. So we're keeping an eye on it. We did look at HIMS already. It was running up pretty nice, and we had liked it last night right there. And Snap, we looked at DNN running up a little bit more in the top there. That's that uranium Canadian one, and still doesn't look too bad. Could run up a little bit more. Remember this one, Health and Tech hit. I mean, I had mentioned this thing all the way back down here, and now it was spiking up into the 190s today. It got over 202, as a matter of fact, it says. So there you go at HIT and 201. So yeah, that thing was cruising up, and that was one that we had called back a little while back. Lightbridge is looking good. Laptop Travel right here. It's trying to curl back up and roll off the MACD. So LTBR, and that's an electrical equipment thing or something like that. I don't know what the heck they do, but it isn't looking bad. That looks like it did try to bottom out, and you're getting that curl up. So might want to keep an eye on good old Lightbridge and good old Lulu right here. This has been getting set up as well. I know it had pulled back and it's just sitting right there, but look at it. It is trying to get set up, and we'll look at it tomorrow to see. I think it might try to get rolling, not popping, but just trying to get that curl up right there. So I'll look at Lulu tomorrow. Oh, Lightbridge is nuclear. Okay, so they do nuclear stuff, and nuclear has been pretty big right now at the moment. So yeah, keep an eye on this Lightbridge because it is curling up there and looking pretty good to run up. So do like that one. Applied's been looking good right here, APLD, and you can see this one getting set up as well. They have earnings coming up at the end of July, and it does look, maybe you get a little pullback right there, but it does look pretty good for Applied. LVLU is that fashion one and apparel one, and that one did spike up there, hit the resistance. Let's just see what it's doing in the after hours. LVLU. And it's just a little pullback right there. I'll have to look at that one tomorrow, as a matter of fact, see what it wants to do. And how about Deckers? Because that was running up. I don't know what I just typed in, but that's Deckers right there. And they do have earnings tomorrow, right? Wasn't it tomorrow, July 24th? It is. And it was running up today. And it doesn't look bad. Look at that 20 curling up, hitting the 50. So Deckers not looking too bad right there for DECK. And looks like it wants to get through that 50, as a matter of fact. And let's take a look at my CPRT. I gave this one out the other day, and it is running up. It's a little slow, but it is moving right there, and it looks like it could get curled up pretty well real soon here. It's been jumping around, looking good, and that is Copart. So keep an eye on good old CPRT right there, not looking bad. And that SNES did run up to its high today, and it has that look. It could have a little bit of pullback, as I don't know. It's hitting that MACD, just poking its head into the top. You know, it could poke back down and get reset up, and it does have that look. Look at it, open and close right at the same price, hitting the MACD. You could have that pullback a little bit, but I'm telling you, it will always. This one will continue to go up. They're just crushing it with the Rodin whatever it is, Evolve, the rodent, whatever they do, they get rid of rodents non-lethally. I can never remember what it's even called, and now it's bothering me. What the hell do they do? They have rodent, oh my god, when you I have no idea. Birth control. That's it. I couldn't think of the damn name. Evolve, rodent birth control. So there you go. I'll have to remember to just look at November 12th. Like I'll remember that. But it says it right there. Birth control. That I always forget that they sell it on the Walmart marketplace. I didn't even know that. So there you go. It's Nestec, and it has been doing really, really well. And that was a big one right there. And let's see what XYZ is doing. Block Inc. right here. And I was saying earlier when Ben hopped on there, he was asking me about it at the end of the day, and it just poked in the top. I can see why you would want to think that it's going to be popping up there, but it did have that weird look that it kind of, just was. It was almost a coin flip, to be completely honest with you. You don't really want to do coin flips, but I'll show you what I'm looking at here. It was pulling back there on your RSI. It was trying to go up right there, and you have that look like it didn't know what it wanted to do. So it could go either way. It's not one that's really confirming that it wants to run real high in the top, but I can see why you would think, because it did poke its way in there and it looks pretty good. Thank you, Deep Soul Dive and Birth Control. I can never remember that. Every time we talk about it, I can never remember Birth Control. I don't know why. So you can see how my brain sometimes does not operate, but on these things it can. And then when I got to think about birth control, I can't even do it. It's like it goes completely blank. It's so crazy. And before I got hit in the head, I could have remembered birth control, and I do it every single day. It's so crazy that I can't remember it, and nor can I remember. That's why I said November 12th. Maybe I'd remember that, so I can easily find it, because I can never remember. Anyway, XYZ, like I said, in the top, I'll look at it tomorrow morning, but I'm not so sure about that one right there. It was definitely a coin flip. Let's put it that way. And I don't like coin flips. We like to be pretty confident about them, that's for sure. And NCNA, this guy right here is setting up, and I do like it. We've been talking about it, and I know Stock Authority had mentioned it today at the end of the day, was looking at it, and it is curling up. It was looking pretty good, and I do think you're getting set up right here. You can see your 20. You're going to jump up and probably get a pretty good pop up. So you might want to keep an eye on NCNA. And like I said, Stock Authority was definitely checking that one out. I saw him, and I had actually posted on I commented on him. And FFAI trying to run up there, a little bit of pullback. It could just be healthy, guys. So we'll see tomorrow if it's absolutely a healthy pullback or if it really wants to pull back. It should be able to tell us. And you can see it's been stepping up, not looking bad. And that could just be a little healthy pullback right there. So that's FFAI Future Faraday Future Intelligent, and Nader gave us that one super early. And how about that Tilray, guys? It definitely had run up there, ran up a little more today into the top right there. They do have earnings on July 28th, but then it did pull back. And we were early to the party on Tilray, and that was smoking up right there. And that is a cannabis one as well. And how about Canopy Growth right here was down a little bit. And your MSOS right here was also down just a hair, but nothing crazy. And I'm telling you, these things are setting up. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see something in the federal something federally be announced from this administration with cannabis, whether it's banking, something's going on there. And it's not hardcore now, but you can see it trying to get set up there. So there you go. And rodent condoms, great idea, but it's hard to train the rodents to use them and show up for training class. That's pretty funny right there, Laptop Travel. And yeah, so you got to give them birth control and make it taste really good. And that is a great idea. I mean, let's think about it. Like we've talked about before, rats don't exactly have the longest life cycle, but they can sure as hell reproduce a hell of a lot of rats. And if you can stop the reproduction of them, and then the ones that pretty much die out after a few months, well, then there's not going to be any more rats. So it's pretty genius, I must say. And if you can figure that one out, which SNES obviously did, they're doing pretty well with it. So there you go. And there's our cannabis talk right there. And this SBET's getting set back up. Looks like it wants to start curling up pretty soon, as you can see rolling up. Watch for a little pullback right there to that 50, maybe a couple more dollars, possibly. I don't know if it's even going to come down that much more. We'll look at it tomorrow, but you can see it's going to get pulled back a little more to roll up there for SBET. And we know this one can run up pretty big. So, and we looked at UAVS with Ben. I'd already had it on the list, like I said, and it was already looking pretty damn good for tomorrow morning, guys. So keep an eye on it. I know it jumped up a little in the after hours right there. But keep an eye on that Laptop Travel and Crew, because that one looks like it might keep that momentum. It's looking pretty good. And PLRZ was running up today, and I know some people got into that after last night's discussion. And boom, there you go. So PLRZ was looking good, and that was cruising up there today and still in a great spot. You can see it. So yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on that one right there. It did say it pulled back a little in the after hour, so we'll be watching it 162 right there. Well, I did see it in the 188, so I'll keep an eye on that one right now and see if it does want to run up. But that was a good one, set up in a good spot. PLRZ. And this one I gave out last night, NEOV, and it did spike up this morning. It was running up in the top some. It did keep a little bit of momentum there, just enough to have a good trade. As you can see, 550 to 729, and it closed at 516. So that was a good one. Had that on the momentum list, I'm pretty sure. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive I did. And there you go with that one. And remember, we accidentally went to IBI. Well, we didn't. We just checked it out because we were looking at OBIO, and I said, "Wow, this one's setting up and looking good." Well, look at this bad boy. It's setting up and looking good, guys. IBIO. You might want to look at this guy. It was curling up. Look at that. It gapped up today. It closed yesterday at 72, and it opened at 74 today, and that's where it's at. It has a weird look, but it does look like it's going to get cruising. And OBIO, I don't even know if I looked at it today, to be honest. I forget. But here we go. Let's see. It's a little bit flat right there. Not looking too bad. It came down. It says it went up a little in the after hours. I mean, it doesn't look crazy, but it is just kind of sitting there. I could see it kind of pulling back a hair. That Orchestra Biomed right there. So there you go with that one. And let's take a look at this IOVA, because that was another one we looked at last night for some momentum. And there you go with that one, still jumping up there, IOVA. So these ones are great, guys. If you're up at 4 a.m. and you already know what's going on with these things, and we do, for the most part, look at that thing. It closed at 324. That's where it opened and ran right to 433, and it's at 415. So it's beautiful, guys, and we can do that. And with the Webull, it makes it so easy. And Robin, you can probably see that it's way easier with that Webull and trading and stuff. I'm telling you, they do. They have it really well. And I don't know what the hell E-Trade's doing. They're like out of their minds because they just can't keep. You know what it is? E-Trade doesn't trade at 4 a.m. So it makes a huge difference if you're getting into some of these. You can't, you got to worry about it, because if they pop up at 4 a.m., you're kind of screwed. You can set your sells on these in the extended hours if you really want to, and check them out. There's Michael Anthony. How are you this evening? IOVA. I'm sure it will drop, but you might still get a little momentum. We looked at it last night. We said it was going to run up some more, and it did. Your Clover's looking good, dude. So there you go with that one. Congratulations on that. That looks real nice right there, and want to bring that one to the table. CNC, what's that? CNC Centene Corp or something. That's looking pretty good, I must say. They just had earnings, or they do. July 25th, they have earnings coming up, and that is looking pretty good right there. CNC, I might have to jot that one down there, Michael Anthony. Let's get done the rest of this list real quick. And Jack and Jill, remember we were talking about that. It did spike up a little bit in the after hours. And this AYTU, I had mentioned this, and it was up a little bit today and trying to go moving a little bit more. And also EIX right here had run up, and that looked like it was going to, and it did. And let's look at GIS. General Mills looking pretty good right there, I must say. And it was curling up, and I'll show you GIS looking pretty nice over that 20, and looks like it wants to cruise a little more. So you can check out General Mills in the morning, have some cereal, and check them out. And CRM right here, Salesforce. And this thing's getting cruising, guys. So check this out, Luis Rodriguez. You'll probably like CRM right here. This one's looking pretty good in that channel. Gets over to 50, and you're going to start running right there. And let's take a look at HP. It is Helmrich and Payne. I don't even know who they are. It's oil and gas drilling, though. And look at this bad boy, guys. So what's that tell you? And it was up today. Good old HP. And I don't, like I said, I'm not familiar with them. I thought it was like Hewlett Packard, and it definitely wasn't. I saw it on the scanner and said, "Wow, that looks good." And then I realized it was an oil and gas one. And yeah, that thing looks pretty good right there, guys. So check it out. Someone asked me to check out Dave Muir and see what Muir Pharmaceuticals is doing. Remember, it ran up huge, a little pullback, and it does look like it wants to run back up into the top. And let's see right here. Oh, it has a weird look. 175, 175. I'd have to look at that in the morning with our blue screen right there. It did pull back. Yeah, I'd have to look at Mirror in the morning right there, MIRA. So there you go with them bad boys. And we'll go through our laptop travel list and our Jolie's Jams. We'll do our spy, big caps, and everybody else, and we'll keep cruising right there. And let's look. What did Hershey do? I see you guys posting a bunch. Go ahead, post away, and we'll get to everything. And Hershey did jump up some more right there. So there you go. Samuel Adams was looking pretty good today, and it was pretty tasty. So it ran up even higher in the after hours. That was a good one. And what is SLB right here? Schlumberger. What is that? Another oil and gas one. I've never even heard of Schlumberger, but Schlumberger looks really good right there, Michael Anthony. I like that one too. And let's see, what's DIN right here? Some dinner. Dine Brands. It is a restaurant. Look at that. And they do have earnings coming up on August 6th, the day after the big day. And let's see, it is hitting that resistance and the MAC. You know, it looks like it might try to come down a little bit just for a hair and then jump back. Let me see. Maybe not, though. I don't know. I have to look at this tomorrow. It is trying to spike up there and get into this channel. If it does, it won't get through that right away. Probably have to get set up, but I could see it hitting here on resistance and pulling back. But if it did jump up, let me see, 25. Nah, it's right there. So that's where it is, sitting at the resistance. And yeah, it could have a little bounce back, but nothing crazy and come back down. But yeah, DIN, I could see that getting set up right there. And let's see what else. And tonight's newsletter will have some amazing research and information on Oscar that will surprise many of you. So there you go. Laptop Travels newsletter. I'm telling you, it's great. And he said he worked with a drone company for a few years ago in the Caribbean where they were dispersing sterile male mosquitoes into the wild via drones to reduce the population. That's pretty wild. So there you go. Dispersing sterile male mosquitoes. That's pretty brilliant right there. So there you go. And Opal was looking good. I know we were looking at that last night as well. And that was cruising up a little bit more, and it was looking pretty good to jump up. And it still looks pretty good to continue. So you can keep an eye on OFAL. And there you go. It does look like it came back. It went to 326. Now it's at 210 right there. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. But I know it did spike up, and we were looking at it last night. ABVX. Let's see what Abivax, because that one went nutty last night. I know that. And let's just look at the chart here because, like I said, it was a little bit crazy there last night running up, and it did run up some more today, 54 to 73. It's at 71, so I'd say that's pretty good because it closed at 56 right there, and then it came open at 54 and ran right up there. So that was still a good one right there. And that one did run a hell of a lot yesterday. And there you go with that one. And let's see what else is going on. Good old Lulu. We'll take a look. We already did, right? Lulu. I think we looked at that. And it is sitting there getting ready. Like I said, that one's going to be a pretty good one pretty soon. And we looked at a bunch of them. NVTS. Let's see what that semiconductor one was doing. Nvidius or whatever, Nvidius or something like that. It's in the top. It looks like it wants to run up a little higher. Gave this one out the other day, and it had popped up there. So, and Decker's right there. And what else? I think we just got to everything there. And POWL, just checking out. And I'll go through the rest of them in a minute. And there you go. That PAL's looking good to cruise back up. PAL Industries, that looks pretty good there. Luis Rodriguez, good one. We checked out the FedEx, UPS, and Target, looking good there. Robin, and let's see, Clove, DXJ, our Japan deal plays were up nicely today, and that was what, DXJ, and that was up nicely today. Look at that bad boy. And EWJ, and that was jumping up quite a bit there. So there you go with them on the Japanese news of a trade deal. And let's see what else is going on. I think we did look at all that. Silver there, Larry. And silver has been looking pretty good. I think it pulled back a hair today. Yeah, it's sitting right there and it's trying to get into the top. So I think silver's still looking pretty good. Gold was still looking pretty good. Had a little bit of pullback. Nothing crazy there for JNUG. A little more than I thought, but it was sitting on the resistance or the support line and was still looking good. I know that. And Nug was just a little bit, but again, these things are setting up. So watch for them dips, as a matter of fact, right there. And let's take a look at Huntington Ignals and see what that's doing, because it popped up and that looks really good. HII, two eyes right there, and looks good. LMT, that big dip yesterday, trying to bounce back up. Remember, I said that was probably a good opportunity. And Northrop Grumman was drawing it up some more into the top right there. So there you go with that. And Larry, HCTI is looking pretty good right there. We were looking at it a little bit ago. It did jump up and not looking bad. Looks pretty good over here. And you can see there you go in between that channel and not looking bad for HCTI. And what is LAZR? I know that one. LAZR. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Luminaire, that's it. I couldn't think of the name. Luminaire Technologies. And that one is was running up today. Let me see. That one looks really good to try to continue. They have earnings in the middle of August there. LZR something. LAZR. That's it. LAZR. And yeah, that thing looks pretty good right there, I must say, Larry. So that one's looking good. And NOC we looked at. How about that General Dynamics? That thing was running up or whatever it was. Yeah, GD. And that was running up today. I did see that. And that's another one has potential to continue to cruise up. And that was an aerospace and defense one. As a matter of fact, we looked at defense last night. It didn't even look that crazy. And then there you go. Oh, it had that weird look. That's right. And then it popped up there. I was like, it's pulling back. Doesn't have anything that crazy. And boom, it did jump up. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. As a matter of fact, I did see that today. And I think we did get to everything else. I'm just kind of cruising up now to see if I got to everybody. And INMD, what's that one doing right there? I know we've looked at that before. In mode, that's hitting some resistance, but curling up. They do have earnings coming up right there at the end of the month. INMD. Yeah, I mean, not looking bad right there to curl up and hit the MACD and try to get through, hitting that resistance. I could see it trying to get through right there, IMND. So I'll keep an eye on that one in the morning and see what that wants to do right there. Not bad for that one. And let's see what else is going on. Boom, we were talking about all that good stuff and the bank fees and all that. A crazy day for Remark is that one's a OTC, I'm pretty sure, MARK. You had brought it up before, and yeah, look at that thing, 005. Wow, that did run quite a bit, huh? That's like a big runner right there, over 300%. So there you go for MARK. And let's see what else is going on here. CMG, isn't that Chipotle, right? Isn't that Chipotle right there? Chipotle, here we go. That's going to get set up. Let that one get ready. Pulled back right there, I guess, on earnings possibly. And I'm not sure what happened with their earnings, but it does look pretty good. That's a nice pullback. So I'll be watching that tomorrow to see what it wants to do. And let's see what else is up here. I think we did get to everything. How is Jason Goshman doing tonight? And Creep, you wanted to see INTS. Is that we just looked at that one, right? Intensity Therapeutics. Did we even look? I don't even know. Anyway, that one looks like it's trying to curl up. I don't think we looked at Intensity right here. INTS. That's not looking bad right there. Or did we just look at? I don't even know. But that looks pretty good right there to continue to curl up there. Creep. So there you go. And let's see, the BYRN, that was definitely in the Discord right there, and it was ripping up there, Robin. So, like I said, pay attention to what Ben and them guys are doing, because it's that Discord is pretty solid, I must say, all around very solid, and it's only getting better and better each day, I think. So it does look that BYRN not bad right there. And let's see what else is going on here. And Janica, how are you this evening? So I think I just got through all of them. Let me scroll back down. And CMG, they did miss their earnings right there. Good old Chipotle. I don't even like Chipotle. I don't even understand. Wasn't this thing like super expensive before they split it right there? And it was 50 for one. I was gonna say this thing was like $300-400. And yeah, I would watch this thing pull back perhaps and then get set up. So I don't think it's exactly ready yet for Chipotle. And I don't know if you're going to get back over that. I'll have to look at it tomorrow, but I just don't think that it's perfect right there. Is the PDT policy changing? What is that? PDT? I'm not even sure what that is. Well, what is that, Janica? Let me know what you're talking about. It's probably something very obvious, and I don't even realize what you're saying. And look at the Japan stocks, and yes, Chipotle food is too high. It's really expensive, and it's not even that good, to be honest with you. They just put a bunch of them up around here, and they're not even good. And I only eat there like if I travel, and it's the only. And nowadays, when you travel, oh, pattern day trading. There you go. There you are. No, not really. It's not really changing there, Janik. It's we're just kind of adapting with the market and just kind of doing things as best as we can and trying to get everybody to be the best trader, I guess, that you can really be. But no, I wouldn't say it's really changing at all. Not the policy. Nothing's going to be changing at all, to be honest with you. So yeah, nothing. Everything's going to be just working perfect in that Discord. Like I said, I do the night note. Ben does the morning note. Godfather's on there posting great ones. Ben's on there always posting swing trades and all kinds of stuff. And then I'm going to be posting some more trades as well on there. It was just kind of getting our note and everything down. So nah, it's our patterns and stuff are going to be really good, Janica, and you'll see it's going to be beautiful. I promise you. I can't wait. So yeah, OCGN, that was a beauty, huh? Lucky Lou, and we were super early on that. And Foxo, let's see. I didn't see your last message there, Omar, so I'm not sure if I did get it, but here is. Oh, I wrote Foxo twice and never hit the thing. But here is Foxo, and that is looking really good there, Omar. I must say, getting through the 20, and might want to definitely keep an eye on Foxo right there. I do like that. They do have a reverse split coming up, it appears, because this thing's usually pretty accurate with them on July 28th, so you do have to be careful with that. I'll jot it down, look at it tomorrow. It does look good, but we'll have to see. Do they have the reverse split? It'll probably say it down here. And they did announce the reverse split. So there you go on July 17th. So they do have one coming up, and it did run beforehand. So there you go. And the rules will be changed. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. All right, I'm sorry. The pattern. I'm sorry, Janik. I was not even catching on to what you were saying. So now I know what you're talking about. Yes. The day trading stuff, you used to have what, 25K in your trading account. Now it's going to be down to $2,000. They're trying to change that. So you are right. I am so sorry, Janica. I was not even. I'm like, what, pattern day? Sometimes things go right over my head. And but yes, you are absolutely right. And thank you, Laptop Travel, because it was when I read your message right there, your post, that I realized. I was like, oh, that, yeah, I did know that happened. And so yeah, I think they are trying to change it right now. So I'm not sure if it was actually changed yet, but I know they are trying to change that, Janica. So I will check it out. I did see that yesterday or 2 days ago was that news out there. So yeah, thank you, Laptop Travel, for clearing that up. And Janica, I apologize because it went right over my head. And so yeah, they will be actually trading, and that will be a big, great change because you got to have more than like 25,000 to really day trade in your account, or it only lets you trade so many times. And now it'll be available at $2,000, and I think that'll be way easier for people to attain 2,000 than 25. So there you go, and there you go, Janica. So it is not changed yet, but they are talking about. I know they were talking about like yesterday or 2 days ago. So there you go, and good question there, Janica. And sorry, it just went right over my head. And Omar, no problem with Foxo. We'll keep an eye, but definitely pay attention for that reverse split there coming up. So here we go. We'll go through our laptop travel list, our Jolie's jams. We'll run through our spy, big caps, everybody else. And if anybody else wants to see anything, of course, post it up there, and we will check it out. And I didn't even look to see if anything was over here, but I don't really. I just see all the no audio, so that was good. I appreciate everybody giving me a heads up, and not sure what was happening there, but we got it working and a bunch of people on here, so that's all that matters. And something's brewing with IVVD there, so let's take a look at that one, and we'll go through our laptop travel list. Here we are, IVVD. And I would say it looks pretty good right there, trying to break out. I might have to agree with you on that one, Luis Rodriguez. IVVD looks like it was running up at some point today, 89, and then came back down. It gapped up, though, right? Because it closed at 76. It opened at 89. That's what happened. It gapped up and pulled back, so a little healthy and does not look bad, IVVD. So let me jot that one down right there. All right, here we go with our laptop travel list, AQMS Aqua Metals right here. And this thing, we looked at this one recently, and I remember it kind of spiked up there and might have been back there. I don't remember exactly when, but it does look like we're getting set back up off that 20 right there. So there you go at AQMS Aqua Metals and CABA right here. Let's see what Cabaletta Bio is up to. Cabaletta Bio. And that one is kind of just, it might be pulling back. I got to see what this did in the after hours here for CABA. And I couldn't really tell because it did say it went up. I just could tell something was weird there. And yeah, this thing's like riding that line, looking a little silly. So that could really pop up there, I must say. And Cassie Pharmaceuticals looks like it was moving today and should continue to keep some momentum right there for CASI. So I would keep an eye on CASI right there. And EVTV, that must be Envirotech Vehicles right here. And that looks really good. EVTV right there. I like that look. Let's see what this one looks like. And yeah, that's looking pretty good, guys. I would keep an eye on EVTV right there. That's looking pretty nice. And EWCZ, EWCZ. That's a weird letter combination. EWCZ. What's this one? European Wax Center. I don't even know what they're up to, but anyway, looks like a little pullback. It was trying to move up there. I got to look at this now. EWCZ. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this one. And I think that one could have a little more pullback right there for the wax place. And FLD, I think, Fold Holdings. And let's see what this is doing here. Oh, that made a big curl up right there. I got to look at Fold right here and see what it's up to. FLD. And it has that weird look, 445, close at 444. So I can't really tell on that one. I couldn't really tell at the beginning either when I was looking at it. GYRE Therapeutics, and that one looks like it's trying to get bullish right there. So that was one to keep an eye on, and it does look like it wants to move a little bit more. And here's that INMB. Weren't we just looking at it possibly? And that is that's immune. I thought that was intensity, but that's definitely not it. And anyway, INMB. Let's see, immune. That one looks pretty good to keep running up there. So keep an eye on that one. INO, familiar with this one. It's way down there, and this is trying to get cruising, guys. So let's see if it gets over that 20, and it might be able to really get popping there for INO. And this one has, I know it's run pretty big at times. So we'll see. It was up at $11 at one point, and now you're at $1.56 for INO. So that is down there, that's for sure. And let's see what the rest of this list is up to. LUCD, Lucid Diagnostics, just kind of flat right there, kind of hanging out. And NL, let's see what you're up to, NL. NL Industries, weren't we just looking at this not long ago? And this is a security one, and it is starting to roll up there, not looking bad for NL. So you might want to keep an eye on that one because that one looks pretty good right there. And TLSI, let me type it in and it'll work. TLSI and Trisolus Life Sciences. And this looks like it's trying to crawl back up there, guys. So that one might be one to keep an eye on for the rest of this week because what was it? TLSI. I got to type it in right. TLSI. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to curl up. Might not get through the MACD, but it is running up there. And TXMD right here, Therapeutics MD, and that's getting set up. Definitely take a look at that one. I'll keep that one on the list over there. And UEIC, Universal Electronics. My buddy's parents own a store called that EUIC. I'm pretty sure it's not publicly traded, but anyway, let's see because this thing's setting up, guys, and looks pretty good. Might have a little bit of setup time, but that is looking pretty good right there for UEIC. And WALD right here. Let me see what Wald is up to, and that was Walden Cast, and that's not bad. It's trying to curl up right there. And WBX, it looks like Wallbox, and that thing looks like it's trying to set up real nice. Was up 25 cents and looks like a really good one for WBX. Not familiar with that, but it does look good there. And a nice laptop travel list right there. Some really good ones. So there you go. And let's take a look and see what our Joe Lee's jumpers or Joe Lee's jams are doing right here. We have our Agrify. Let's see what that's up to. A little bit of healthy pullback, just kind of flat. It's been running up there and looking good. And how about Blink right here? If I could type it in, BLNK, and that is running up there and looking pretty good. Should jump up into the top. So finally, Blink Charging's finally moving. And Sezzle had been a monster. And look at it, guys. It may try to curl back up and get cruising again. This thing's an animal right there for SEZL. So we'll be watching for that to see if it wants to get back up there. And Sterling Infrastructure had a big day today, and that's an engineering construction one and ran way up there. And how about that Rivian? It's just how it's probably going to pull back a little bit to get set up. It ran up and hit that 50, like you can see, maybe a little healthy pullback to get set up off your Rivian right there. So that's not looking too bad, but just has a little setup time. And let's take a look at our Symbotic. And that was running back up. It had been in the top, and it looks like it was trying to crawl back up there. So pretty impressive. And I added Nike to our list, and that's jumping up right there. And DXYZ right here, that Destiny Tech, and that thing's going to get set up. It's just taking its time right there. So there's your Joe Lee's jams, and they are looking pretty good. Some good ones right there as well. Let's see what our SPY and big caps are going to be doing right now and into tomorrow. So here we go real quick. SPY, and it was up today pretty big, as a matter of fact, and up a little in the after hours. And like I said, it started curling up into that top right there, and it looks like it wants to go through that MACD. It does look pretty good, I must say. So I'm telling you, he's got some stuff up his sleeves, that's for sure. And let's look at these guys. That's definitely not Apple, because that's Apple right there. And it did pull back a little. Remember, we were talking about it tried to get through that resistance this morning, and then it just kind of bounced back. And I didn't think it was getting through. I was impressed that it was over it this morning, but it never really jumped up there. And here is Amazon right here, and it was just kind of cruising around, not really doing a whole lot. And obviously, Google had been down, ran up in the after hours. It's barely in the top. We'll have to see what it wants to do right there. And here's Meta right here, not looking bad, but I don't think it's getting through that 20 right there to jump back up. So again, I'm telling you, this market is so crazy. Looks like it wants to go nutty. At the same time, they look like they want to pull back. And every time they look like they want to pull back, you just see some crazy good news come out, and then they jump up like crazy again. So the Mag 7 and the SPY and stuff are just hard to read right now, but there's plenty of great opportunities elsewhere. NVIDIA looks like it's trying to jump back up right there. And Tesla obviously dipped down in the after hours on the earnings. So that is what it looks like at the moment right there. And we'll obviously be on at 7 a.m. to take a look and see what the SPY, Big Caps, Mag 7 are doing. But let's go through the rest of them real quick. And here is AMC just down hitting that resistance. Might have a little bit of pullback, nothing too crazy. GameStop down a hair. And again, little healthy pullback, nothing crazy. And how about that Chewy had a little pullback as well? And this thing is pulling back there. It's getting set up, but I do think we might have a little bit of pullback, and we'll see what happens when it hits that bottom right there, if it wants to bounce. And Unity was pulling back, but that had been in the top for a while, so you're pulling back there. And how about Netflix still dipping down? Who called? I mean, I wish I had shorted that bad boy. To be honest with you, we knew it was coming down. I mean, that thing may come down a lot more too. So keep an eye on Netflix. And AVGO, though, this one did jump back up today, and we'll be watching these very closely in the morning. MU up a little bit, but again, I'm not exactly convinced. The market does look good. It wants to fly at the same time. It wants to come down. TSM trying to run up there, and then your MACD still pulling back. It is a very crazy look. And that's why I'm saying these guys are hard to tell, but there are plenty of good opportunities. This SMCI does look like it wants to try to run up a little bit at the moment. And we were looking at AMD, and it's not looking bad right there. So that did look pretty good. QCOM right here was up, and now this one's starting to try to get bullish. But again, we have to figure out if it's going to get over this resistance right here. If it does, it will get popping right there for QCOM. It looks like it's trying to, but it's hitting the MACD, and you know that the market will prevail on that one, so it'll be up to the market conditions. And Snowflake was just not really doing a whole lot. I think Snow's going to be coming down there. And PayPal right here, another one that was up a little bit more that we had mentioned, and it's trying to break through that resistance. It just hasn't been able to. And how about Intel? That was just kind of sitting right there. Their earnings are coming up on the 24th, which are tomorrow. So that's an interesting one. And it has a pretty good look right there going into it, I must say. You know, I don't really like earnings, and look at it. It has that weird look. On FinViz has a pretty decent look. I'd have to look at it again tomorrow. I'm not sure what time their earnings are, but that is Intel right there. And how about good old Dell? And it is up a little bit, trying to run off that 20. And another one, will it get through? I'm not so sure. IBM trying to set up right there, but at the same time wants to pull back. I'm telling you, these things are wild, guys. I'm not going to lie. And Palantir, remember we said it might bounce back up a little bit. There's your bounce back up. And Sophie, that could be the bottom. It could rip right back up into the top right there tomorrow. So keep an eye on Sophie for a run. And remember what I was saying about Mara and Riot and these guys? And there you go. That's exactly what I was talking about. There's your dip. And I'm telling you, these things just don't have it in them like they used to. The margins just aren't there for them, guys. So there's your Mara. Here's your Riot right here. It was up a little bit, but it's hitting that resistance. I'd expect it to come down fairly soon. And CleanSpark right there is kind of pulling back. And let's see what our MicroStrategy was coming down. And I was actually surprised, but Bitcoin is retracing a little. It's at 118 right now. 897. Solana's at 190. Ethereum's 3640. Ripple's back to 320 right there. So that's a good pullback. And Cardano's back to 81. So that is what they look like, as you can see, kind of red right there. And we'll look at them real quick and let's see. And I was saying, you know, they're going to be pulling back, but it's not anything crazy. It's crossing down the MACD. Still doesn't look bad. And Ethereum pulling back right there, and you had to have some pullback. They were all the way in the top. Solana, I thought, was going to rip a little bit more up there, and that could be a little healthy pullback. Maybe they jump up a little bit more. But here is your Ripple, and it's pulling back, and I think they're getting set back up for that next leg up. So if you didn't get in on this pop-up, I'd be on before this setup when I told you guys it was about to get crazy, and you might. I'll tell you the next time it'll get crazy because we have a little bit of pullback here, and then it'll get wild again. You guys know that. So all these look the same. XLM, all of them. So there you go. And if ETF was it at 2.1? I forget, to be honest with you. Let me see. I completely forget. So let me go ahead and look. That was 2.2 right there. Now it's at 2.1. I guess I already knew what it was at, but it was 2.2 and a little bit of pullback right there today. It was looking really good, and now it does have that pullback. So there you go with that. And let's see what else is going on. And that was MicroStrategy. And let's look at our hood right here. It's up a little bit, but still pulling back some. Coinbase is the same situation, has some support. We'll be seeing it. And Bull does look pretty bullish to try to run up. We've known that. And how about our space right here? Because that's been an interesting one running up there and still had a little run up and wants to run into the top a little bit more right there for SPCA. And how about Boeing was up, and it did. I mean, it had that look. It was trying to, I couldn't tell what it wanted to do, but now it should roll up there for Boeing. So look at that in the morning. And DJT right here is pulling back some. And remember, I was saying fun wasn't looking that great. It was just a little bit flat today, not really doing a whole lot. And how about your McDonald's? And that one was pulling back just a hair, just a little bit of healthy pullback there. And Luis Rodriguez, your Disney, started to go back up over to 20. And let's see if it gets smacked back down off that MACD right there, because I did see that happen. I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. And Oxy right here, I'm telling you guys, is getting set up right there. And ExxonMobil is up and getting set up. Them oil and gas ones are looking way better. And I've been saying that. But there you go. That's what the market looks like right there. And Michael Anthony's looking for the sectors that lags the market of, you know it right there. And let's see. And Laptop Travel did post the overnight leaderboard. So let's take a look. I'll repost it out for you. And Helix seems like it's up, and that's an energy one right there, HELX. And let's see what it's doing. Helix Energy, oil and gas equipment, guys. I'm telling you, how crazy is this? And you guys know I was a little early. And let's look at these bad boys. That's up, BKR. Dipping down, running up. That one's going to get set up. DTI. This one's getting set up too. Dawson. This one's going to be looking pretty good, it looks like. That's running up. Momentum there. Not looking bad. Momentum. And yeah, these guys are looking pretty good, honestly. So look at that guy right there, LB. We'll have to look at good old LB and see what he's. Look at these things, guys. Oil and gas setting up right there. You can see the equipment ones, and this one's looking really good, guys. Why are we not looking at DWSN? Because that one should be on a list somewhere, I would say. Let me take a better look at DWSN. And yeah, that's not looking too bad right there, guys. We will keep an eye on that one for sure. So there you go. It's your oil and gas ones right there. And Chipotle is are these like up or down? I'm not even sure. These are the losers right here. So Helix is down. Let me see what this is doing here, because it looked like, oh shit, dipped down $1. I gotta look at this. Oh, that was Helix. I was looking at Dawson. This one looked really good. Okay. I was getting confused there. What's Helix look like then? HLX. Oh, that one did dip down there. You're not kidding. And did they just have their earnings right there? Yeah, that one had earnings and dipped down. But that Dawson looks really good right there. So keep an eye on that one. And here's the leader one right here. And I'll post that out as well. And let's see what it's doing. American Eagle Outfitters, AEO, seems to be up at the moment. And let's see, that is cruising along in the after hours. Looking at that for the morning for a little momentum right there. And how about your Wolf right here? Good old Wolf Speed. That had been running up recently. A little pullback and setting back up, not looking bad. And now right here, wow, look at that thing ran up in the after hours. That one went crazy today. And a couple other ones. So, and how about TMUS, guys? Because I gave this one out on the night note right there. So there you go. There's some bangers on that thing. I know that. And there you go with them, guys. And let's see what's going on. Agrify. Let's see what's up with Agrify right here. AGRI Agrify. Agriforce, that's what it is. Agriforce growing system. And that's just pulling back a little bit, but we'll get set up. So I'll be keeping an eye on that one. And let's see what else is going on here, and if we find anything else. So I did realize that the one was the losers and the one was the winners there. So thank you, Laptop Travel. And what is SWBI there, Michael Anthony? I'm not even sure what that is. Smith & Wesson, I do know that one actually. And that is cruising back up and looks really good. I'd say Smith & Wesson looking pretty good actually as well. So SWBI. and isn't AT&T right there. And that one is trying to cruise back up. I remember they had a nice little dip. It was dipping down there, so that one could get cruising up tomorrow. Let me see right here for AT&T. Yeah, it's not looking bad. That should try to get through there. So that's not looking bad right there. And let's look at a couple more for you real quick. NU Holdings, that's trying to get set up. I don't think it's ready just yet. And PAGS, PagSeguro, and that one's going to get set up right there, making a base down here. We'll watch it curl up, and it might not even get through the MACD. It has a lot of resistance, but it will run up as it curls up right there. That's for sure. Let's just take a look and see. Stocks rally on trade deal hopes, and the dollar falls. And EU seeks 15% baseline tariffs in the U.S. trade deal. Asian shares Aussie dollar climb on trade earnings optimism. And U.S. stock futures trade mixed as Google climbs and Tesla stumbles. And Tesla stock falls as Musk raises the possibility of rough quarters ahead. So there you go. Let's see what's going on over here. Probably stuff we've already looked at. RHTTI and, of course, Wang and Lee open was coming down. Mullins always in the basement there. IXHL running up. GoPro was run up this morning. That one nutty. And GIBO we've been watching. There's that SOXS, the semiconductor bear. And let's look at it real quick. It actually is looking pretty good right there, huh? And then the Soxel, let's look at that real fast because that is the bull. And that looks pretty good as well, but look at that crazy setup and pullback right there. So I don't know what's up with the semiconductors at the moment, but something's definitely going on there. Lucid bouncing around, NCNA getting set up, and that donut Krispy Kreme was up a little bit. We did see that last night. The big bear setting back up right there, and Tesla did pull back on earnings. ORIS, I told you about that one. HIMS and DNN and QBTS and QuantumScape. And Ford, American Airline, not too bad. We were talking about Tilray, and there's that plug and basically everything else. And that Rocket Mortgage did run up a little bit today and then pulled back some. So there you go with them guys. And let's see what's going on over here real quick. Let me take a better look and see. ANEB, this one I'm not familiar with, but it is run up there. So keep an eye on that one in the morning for some momentum. Could continue its way up there as well. So that is ANEB, and that's CLSD we looked at this morning or last night sometime. And that pineapple one went nutty today. And I know Laptop Travel was into that one. We talked about this YYA AI this morning. Like I said, they had like 3 different stock tickers since now. And that one was cruising. Remember this one, AGH? This one was cruising along today as well. And look at that bad boy, over 200%. So we looked at that, but we weren't really looking at it recently. ORIS. And this cost right there was running up. And let's see what else. That PALI we talked about. This one, remember we mentioned Transcode last night, and that was running up today. So, and the ZOOZ we mentioned, and that was running up there. So a bunch of ones that we mentioned last night running up, all kinds of good stuff. Here's your UNHG and Wang and Lee. So that is about it. And that's that Citius Oncology I was telling you about earlier is running all around this today. And there you go, everybody. I would say that's a pretty good market review right there. And those of you in the Discord, like I say, I will go ahead and make our night note posted in there. It's been fire the last 3 days. We're 3 for 3 for fire right there for overall night note. And like I said, I'll make it even better as the weeks go on here. The next week or two, it'll be even more get better and even more focused on exactly what to be trading and what looks really good. So look for that this evening as well. And there you go, everybody. And yeah, Laptop Travel made money on PAPL, OFAL, and Wang and Lee at 4 a.m. this morning, guys. And I'm telling you, 4 a.m.'s crazy. I'm going to join the 4 a.m. Warriors because it's easy trading and it's not all day. And then obviously we'll do our swing trades, everything else. But we know it's popping at 4 a.m. Why not take advantage of it? So, like I said, I think in the winter time after the summer's over, the kids go back to school, I'll start doing the show at 8 p.m. We'll start it an hour early. We can end a little earlier. everybody can get some extra rest. I'll make that night note and be ready at 4 a.m. to rock and roll. And let's really get zoned in, focused on crushing the market and making the accounts grow. I must say, in the last week or two, my accounts have been growing really nice. So Wang and Lee was good. A couple great ones that we've been rolling through. So we will definitely be hitting them hardcore in the Discord. You know that. So there you go, everybody. Always greatly appreciate everybody tuning in and coming back on after a little technical difficulties at the beginning. Not sure what was going on, but glad it's all working and everything's good to go. So there you go. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in and chiming in. Laptop Travel and Michael Anthony and Luis Rodriguez and Janica and Omar and Lucky Lou and everybody else. There were so many people. It was great. Of course, Robin's been on a lot. And who else has been hanging out here? Deep Soul Diving. How you been, actually? And like I said, Robin and Larry, that was another person. And so many other people hanging out. Creep was on there. I knew there was a couple other people up here. And so if I missed you, I greatly appreciate it. Ben was on at the beginning from Story Trading. And everybody else that's hanging out here, thank you so much. Always a great time. And anything you want to look at, just shoot me a DM if you ever have questions or anything. Let me know, because I'll be more than happy to answer them. And we'll be back at 7 a.m. for those of you just tuned in or just found this for the first time. I greatly appreciate you finding us, hanging out. We do this show every night, Sunday night through Thursday at 9 p.m. So tomorrow night will obviously be the last one for the week. But then we do the pre-market show at 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. So we'll be on tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., Friday morning, 7 a.m., and then we resume back Sunday nights at 9 p.m. And again, in the winter time, I think we'll change it to 8 p.m. and make it an hour earlier so that everybody can kind of end the night a little earlier, get some rest, get ready for that next day, and maybe 4 a.m. trading. And SXC, SunCoke Energy, coking coal. Remember these guys right here? We had looked at this whole sector right here, and that one's pulling back. It was what AREC was the one Filtrate liked. I can't even believe I just remember Filtrate. Where's he been? And but yeah, that one's run. Remember he was asking about it, and I said it was kind of pulling back there, and then it would pop up. Remember, it was like up here, I think, and it was pulling back, and then there you go. So that one was running up there, and let's see, HCC already up, and that one METC looking bad, and that SXC not bad. And SMX, a Security Matters, wasn't looking too bad. It's in the basement down here. I saw this one, and we'll see if that gets set up there. So one more we'll check out, and then we'll wrap it up. GGB, a steel one in Brazil, and not looking bad. Let's see what the steel looks like. That looked good, the first one. And let's see, some of these look good. That one not bad. That one's pretty decent setup right there. And some of the steel ones. So yeah, I'll check them out as well and go through some sectors. So there you go, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to follow along on X and YouTube and subscribe and like and all that good jazz. And again, tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. We'll see what the market's doing, how it really wants to react to the Tesla pulling back, Google going up, and again, trade news all over the place. So it's always keeping us on our toes. That's for damn sure. And yeah, I think the oil and gas ones are definitely getting set up there. So I was probably a little early on them as well, maybe a week or so. So know when I say something immediately, it might take 2 weeks, just like how it takes me to get things done now. And but it always happens. And how about this one, Burning Rock? I saw this today. Remember we were looking at this thing, and it just kept going up, and it flattened out, and then it popped up even more there. So I did see that today. And that was one we had been looking at there. So there you go, guys. We kind of dissect the market. Have a good time doing it. And there you are. And Laptop Travel just posted the Oscar newsletter right there. So I will definitely be checking that out. I'll do my night note. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to talk to Joe Exotic again about all that crazy stuff. So I've been checking all that stuff out as well, just taking some notes. So it's been a little busy. And then Saturday actually is my little guy's birthday party. His birthday is at the very end of the month on the 30th. So we're doing his birthday party this Saturday, so we've been trying to get ready for all that as well. So it's just been a little busy of a week in the summer, and it's all good though because it's been a really good week trading, and people are locking in those profits. And I know some of you guys are doing well. Robin said he's doing much better today, and everybody will do way better. So we will all do a lot much better. And like I say, trading is definitely a learning curve. Not only that, it's a constant learn to get better, even myself. So I'm always trying to get better at trading, and we can always learn. So there you go, everybody. I'll catch you guys at 7 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your night. Get some rest, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a good night, everybody.